With fence posts, rewards members save 15%. Save $200 on the Hobart Handler 210 MVP MIG welder. And your choice of KT Auto Darkening welding helmets, $69.99. Find value on the things you value. Plains Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Griffin Ford in Waukesha. With the auto show coming up in May, a lot of people are starting to shop, and here's something you need to know. Griffin Ford will beat any new car deal by $500. That's right. Bring in your best offer. They'll beat it. Same vehicle, same terms. See dealer for details. So before you wait for the auto show, stop in and see what Griffin Ford can do for you right now. The teams I trust are at Griffin on Main Street in Waukesha or griffinford.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gerber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Brewers beat the Yankees 6-0 in the beginning of a 6-game homestand last night. They play again tonight at 6:10 right here on WTMJ. And the Packers released veteran kicker Brandon McManus. He played in 25 regular season games over the past 2 seasons for the Packers and appeared in 2 postseason contests for Green Bay. The NFL will release the full schedule next Thursday. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. At the moment, still all clear out there. No major incidents, no major delays.
Traffic is sponsored by the Amazing Mineshaft Restaurant in downtown Hartford.
The Mineshaft Restaurant in Hartford Mother's Day brunch is all you can eat and super affordable. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat free. Google, call, and reserve today.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, partly cloudy and breezy, slight chance of afternoon showers, high of 68. Tomorrow, overnight tonight, mainly clear, low of 41 at the lake, 36 inland. Tomorrow for Mother's Day, mostly sunny, high of 60. Monday, mostly sunny, high of 53 at the lake, 62 inland. Tuesday, rain likely, high of 64. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 60. Right now, in Green Bay, 54. In Madison, 58. In Muskego, it is 60. And in Milwaukee, it is 61 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Lintonen, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News. Time is 9:07.
The following program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma brands. Need a vacation? Whether it's the trip of a lifetime or a weekend getaway, we can help. This is the Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Every single day.
Another Saturday, another chance to talk travel with Rose Gray. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. It was a lovely drive-in today. How are you doing?
Good. Sun shining?
Good. Yeah, sun shining.
Nice and warm today.
Yeah, and a little chance of a sprinkle in my neck of the woods. Hope that doesn't actually happen, but if it does, that's why we have umbrellas, I guess.
So this week, a lot going on in the news. We're following up on the Spirit Airlines thing and what's going on with that. We've got the ship that's been kind of stranded that people are coming back off of. So that was a rare thing.
It was a weird and rare thing, but everybody's brain just goes back to COVID. Do you remember when that ship was stranded or stuck?
There was like 3 of them back then.
Yeah.
This was
it
just
started
that
out
one.
with a little princess ship in Japan, if you recall, and then a little bit more and a little bit more. But, I like what David said. If we wrapped ourselves up in a bubble, we'd be really safe, right? I mean, there's risks with everything. He also said air travel is the safest, much safer than, you're in more danger of having a traffic accident on your way to the airport than you are to have an aviation accident while you're flying. But at Fox World Travel, your comfort zone, you as our guest and our customer and our friend, your comfort zone is paramount to us. We want you to feel comfortable. And if something that happened and a one-off in far, far away land would make you that upset, I guess we would have to figure out a way to get you out of it and rebook you, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It brings up the topic of, do you purchase cancel for any reason insurance? Because there's one ship that has the most obscure virus ever, and you now don't feel comfortable. Is that a covered reason? Likely not.
Right. All right.
So, but let's get to it. If you use our talk and text line, which is the Siding Unlimited talk and text line, we should say. 855-616-1620. FWT will get you exactly what it got you last week. All the Alaska information. Why, Rose? Why would you do that 2 weeks in a row? Because the amazing response that we got from this show and all the people that have finally realized she's not kidding when she's saying 2027 is selling out, took me at my word and phoned in or sent a text or sent an email inquiry and got on it. Some of our trips are more than half full, and especially Colleen's trip is very close to selling out. So what you get when you get the talk and text line is going to be Fox World Travel's list of the 8 trips we've got going to Alaska in 2027. Eight trips. We do 2 itineraries. You'll see the difference. One is a 13-day, one is a 15-day. The 13-day is going to do 7 days on the Inside Passage, and then 7 days on land first, and then you're going to sail the Inside Passage. We go north to south. The other one is a 13-day, and it's a Yukon, where you do Alaska. You start out in Anchorage, and you then go on to the Yukon Territory, where you learn all about the history of the gold rush and all of that kind of thing. And then you take the wonderful White Pass Railway to Skagway, where you board a ship for 4 days. So 2 different itineraries, 2 different things. I just really, really wanted to let everybody see it one more week. So when marketing said, what do you want to do this week? I said, can we do that one more time? What do you think? Yeah? Okay.
So there are 2 as an average Joe just walking streets talking to people, there are 2 places that people go that they rave about. Ireland and Alaska.
Yeah.
Anybody that I've ever met that's gone to either of those 2 places, fall in love with them and just say how beautiful they are and what a great trip it was. And I don't think I've ever heard one negative thing about either of those destinations.
Yeah. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's going to say I had a horrible time or it wasn't planned properly.
Well, I haven't met them yet.
Yeah, but the destination itself is so phenomenal and so over the top. And what I also like about it when folks go on our group trips is that that's oftentimes their first group experience. They have some misgivings, some trepidation about traveling on a group trip. I don't need anybody holding my hand. I don't want to be with a group of people. But when they do it, especially when they start out with Alaska as their first group trip, it just opens up a whole new world for them. And they go, I get it. I get it. You did all the work. You made sure we had all the highlights. You made sure we had the must-dos. You took care of all of that, and you gave us some freedom, and we appreciate that. So
best way to do it, in my opinion. All right, let's talk travel all hour long. 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talking text line. FWT gets you the Alaska trip at that same phone number. It is a Fox World Travel Show on WTMJ.
Before you go looking for an area rug that you'll have to settle for because you think that the one you really want will be out of your budget, come to Design Exchange, where you'll find a formidable selection of Oriental, Persian, and other wool area rug choices at 25 to 70% off retail. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
If you're trying to find really good, high-end, distinctive furniture, the kind they just don't make anymore, then come to Design Exchange. But you better get here quickly, because the best furniture we take in on consignment doesn't usually last long. It may be vintage, it may have once been out of your range, but now you'll find it's priced right. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value.
Design Exchange.
Can it get any easier?
I don't think so.
James, you can get an online order done at martyspizza.net in 30 seconds.
And we've made it easy to order all the favorites that a lot of Marty's Pizza lovers gotta have.
Our classic sausage and pepperoni pizza or lasagna and masticholi entrees. They're all delicious. Marty's Pizza in Delafield and martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Register online for Red Car Loyalty, and after 15 pizzas, you'll get your next one free!
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today
Amish outdoor furniture with poly and wood available. And that poly is the richest of outdoor furniture. It's just about indestructible and will virtually last forever. At Erickson's, we have poly furniture in abundance, so you're guaranteed to see a great selection. The beauty of it is you can put it outside all year round and not worry about it, because the color runs all the way through, so it doesn't fade, and minor nicks and scratches won't hurt the look. Erickson's Landscape Supply. For an abundant selection of poly and wood Amish outdoor furniture, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You'll be hard-pressed to find a better selection of metal yard art than we have here at Erickson's. Anything from natural and painted metal signs to painted roosters from 1 to 6 feet tall. Natural steel flying ducks and cattails. Cute little frogs, geckos, pigs, flamingos, and goats. And palm trees. The list is endless. And that's why you come here. Erickson's Landscape Supply, right on Spring Street in Union Grove, where you'll find a fantastic array of artisanal metal yard art. Visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Or better yet, drive on over and take a gander at the goods.
Planning a vacation? We've got you covered. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Don't forget, you can always watch the show streaming live on YouTube, WTMJ.com, and the WTMJ mobile app. I'm Dayton here with Rose Gray, 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Hi, this is Jackie in Waukesha. How do you feel about the safety of a group of women traveling to either Istanbul or Morocco in the fall of 2026?
Back at you, Jackie. How do you feel about it? That's what we care about. That's what we would say to you. I'd feel fine. I'd go tomorrow. I would not even bat an eye about that. But if you or anybody in your group is having concerns, address those concerns and continue to talk about those. You need to be on top of when are your cancellation penalties going to start kicking in. Do you have any kind of travel insurance that would cover you if you don't feel comfortable going to Istanbul or Morocco? Because so Turkey or Morocco, because it's not. It's there's no. A State Department warning right there. There is no fighting going on right there. So, that's what would probably be covered in an insurance policy is what I'm saying. So, again, I said to Dayton off the air when we looked at this question, if you have one person in your party, when you say a group of women who is not comfortable but decides to go anywhere way, that could be a miserable experience for both you and her, and that's never good. It's got to be your comfort level. So
when you do a trip like this and you put money down on a trip, how much are you usually putting down?
It completely depends on the tour operator we're using. So it could be as little as like $500. It could be as much as half the trip.
Gotcha.
It really depends on that. So it's a matter of knowing your cancellation penalties, knowing where you stand right now. And I've already had people who have had these kinds of concerns and have canceled. And then so we got closer to the departure. And then when I got back and I spoke to these people, we made the biggest mistake ever. We shouldn't have canceled. I don't know what we were thinking. We just let the news and our anxiety get to us. And again, it's a personal thing. Travel is a personal thing. Yeah. And we like to say, we like to talk about our groups on this show quite a bit, but Fox World Travel can absolutely curate and customize a personalized trip for you. What do you expect out of your vacation? What do you want to see and do on your vacation? And then let us help you delve into that and weed through everything and come up with the perfect itinerary for the trip that you're looking for. I like to believe the groups are the perfect itinerary because we've researched it.
You've done them for years. You've vetted everybody that's there. You've done the destinations. Yeah.
Yeah. And so actually, if you follow us on social media, you'll see, for example, that Kate Robinson right now is in South Africa. And this is her first South Africa trip. Mind-blowing. What took me so long to get here? I'm loving every minute of it, and so is the group. So that's very, very exciting.
How safe do you feel? We went to Nashville a couple weekends ago, and I thought I was taking my life in my hand driving through Chicago. Like,
yeah.
How comfortable do you feel doing anything? And it can make a toll. It can take a toll, like you said, especially if there's a group of you. If somebody's not happy and they're worried and maybe they shouldn't be going. But if everybody else is like, yep, we're good to go, then go.
Well, and you can be proactively protecting yourself by doing smart things, not having your wallet in your back pocket or even in those cargo pockets, which everybody thinks are so wonderful, but that's the worst place you could put valuables, especially a wallet. Have a crossbody bag, only travel with another person, never ever go out at night. I wouldn't go out in any of the any place in Turkey or Morocco, but I wouldn't go out at night alone in New York City or Chicago or whatever. So again, it's really, really, I love to tell this story briefly. Back in the day when we were still on Capitol Drive, so it was a pretty long time ago, there was some incident in France. There was a bombing on a train or something like that. And that Saturday, I got a call from a woman who said, my daughter is a cloistered nun in a small city in France, and I have to fly into Paris and then take the train to get there. She's been there cloistered, meaning you have no if you know what a cloistered nun is, no communication with the outside world whatsoever. You haven't spoken to your daughter in a year. It would take wild horses couldn't drag me away if I was going to go and see my daughter after a year. And I said, she's in a nunnery or a convent. I think you have a higher power working into your advantage as well. So she said, oh, you put my mind at ease. And I said, no, I didn't want to be the one that said you should go. You should do a little soul searching and see what you feel about it.
855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talking text line. If you have questions for Rose or Fox World Travel, you can check them out at foxworldtravel.com. Thanks for listening to WTMJ.
Heading to the airport? Make parking the easiest part of your trip with Exec Park, located just minutes from Mitchell International Airport. Family owned and operated for over 45 years, Exec Park offers secure parking, a 24-hour shuttle, and reliable service. Because at Exec Park, we care about our customers like family. Mention that you're a WTMJ fan for a special discounted rate. Skip the stress, save some cash, and start your trip right. Book your reservation at execpark.com or call 414-747-1000. Exec Park. Your vacation starts now.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368. This is Brian Wickert here with my son David, Accunet's president and chief metaphor officer. What do you have for us this time?
Dad, for a lot of sellers, selling their home is like handing over a family photo album. Every room in that house has a birthday memory or a trombone lesson or that last Mother's Day brunch before the kids moved out. The seller isn't just transferring a deed, they're saying farewell to a chapter of their life.
So buyers need to walk through the front door with that in mind.
Absolutely. It's not just a financial transaction. It's a transfer of trust. Sellers and their agents are looking to say yes to the buyer who is strong enough and safe enough to make good on their offer.
So what does that look like in practice?
It looks like a rock-solid, guaranteed pre-approval and a thoughtfully crafted offer that tells the seller, I will show up.
Because when the seller is deciding who will get the keys and the metaphorical family photo album,
you want them to feel the best about handing them to you.
Get started with your rock-solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at Accunet.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Take your travel tips from the travel experts. Welcome back to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray, 924-68 for a high today. It's going to be a nice one, already sitting at 62 in Milwaukee. And I was gone for a couple of weeks, and you announced some trips while I was gone. How dare you, Rose Gray?
I know.
What were those trips?
Well, so our group team is being so thoughtful and getting some of these what we call exotics. Maybe we should come up with a new name. That's unique and exotic, and I don't know. But these are exotic, I guess. That we wanted to give people a great big long runway to research and think about it and all of that kind of thing. So a couple of weeks ago, I think the first week you were gone, we announced Antarctica for January 8th, 2028. We announced that's with Kate Robinson, by the way, who is currently in South Africa. Check out Fox World Travel social media posts. The marketing team will be picking up some of her content and putting it on our website and on our social platforms. And then Galapagos with Colleen, March 14th of 2028. And we have had such great response to our Japan trips that we're doing another Cherry Blossoms and Beyond Japan 2028. That one leaves on March 28th. We're going a little bit earlier than we did this year because although they did see cherry blossoms in Tokyo, and I also think Kyoto, they were already starting to fade at that point. So they saw them elsewhere. And it's just like trying to predict the fall colors here.
Sure.
Or cherry blossoms in Washington, D.C. or what have you. But we decided to push that back a little bit so we'd have a better chance of seeing cherry blossoms in Tokyo. So I am not kidding around, folks. When you asked for Antarctica, we put out an Antarctica. It's over halfway sold already. So
for 2028, that's crazy.
For 2028. This is a 14-day trip with our good friends and a new kind of preferred friend, which is HX. Now, some of you may remember Hurtigruten. They're still around. It's a Norwegian company that started out doing Norway and the fjords and Scandinavia and that kind of thing. And then they started delving into the world of expedition cruising, and they've now broken off from Hurtigruten. So it's called HX, and you can see all of the details on Antarctica, Galapagos, and Japan on our website by going to foxworldtravel.com, then go to the vacation tab, and then go to groups. And under Fox Group Vacations, you can see all of this. I think we've laid it out pretty well for you when it comes to the groups. We start out with travel to Europe, and there's a lot of them. And then we go to what we're still calling exotic destinations, and you see Costa Rica, still space for this year. Adventures down under for New Zealand and Australia. That is going gangbusters, by the way.
I bet.
And then there's some of our Africas and Kenya and Tanzania. Michelle will be doing the Splendors of Egypt in October of 27. And at the very bottom there, you see the 3 Antarctica, Galapagos, and the cherry blossoms. Then you move down a little bit more. You'll see Alaska, Hawaii, and North America. And that is where you can read detailed day-by-day descriptions, itineraries for what's the difference between the 13-day and the 15-day and all of that. It's great to do your research, but when you have a question, you want to speak to a human being, you do that Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 at 866-GO-FOX-GO.
Have them call you, hit plan your trip when you're on the website, fill out the information there, and somebody will reach out to you on Monday and get that conversation started as well. Easy enough to do. And besides all this wonderful group travel that we're talking about, what else does Fox World Travel do?
So Fox World Travel does meetings and incentives, which they were just in Curacao exploring a new resort for meetings and incentives. What are meetings and incentives, Rose? Well, exactly what it sounds like. You either are a company that wants to have an off-site meeting, like, I don't know, how about Sighting Unlimited would have all of their salespeople at a resort, and then you would do some webinars and some team building. Doesn't that sound great?
That sounds fantastic.
Or Sighting Unlimited says, for our salespeople who sell X thousands of dollars in the course of this time period, you earn a trip to Curacao. And then if you sell another X thousand of dollars, you can take your spouse or a traveling companion. Doesn't that sound like a good reward?
So that kind of stuff can be done. Huh?
I hope Eric is listening.
So you can put together more than just group travel there. And if I just want a travel advisor to work with on my own, you guys do that as well.
Yes, exactly.
Very easy to do. Go to foxworldtravel.com, click on the little goldenrod box at the bottom of the group travel that says plan your trip, or if you just go to stay connected, there's stuff you can do there with contact us as well. So get on it. There's nothing better than having a trip on your calendar to look forward to, except being on the trip.
Well, and I haven't traveled for an awfully long time, and I leave for Portugal with Gene Miller on May 30th.
Ooh,
I cannot wait. I'm getting a little itchy staying at home.
That's not easy for you to do. I know
No.
that. 855-616-1620. If you have questions, we'll get to those when we come back. Now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center with Elizabeth Linton. And good morning.
Good morning, Dayton. A long vacant property on Milwaukee's northwest side could see new life. Plans are in the works to turn the former Midtown Center Walmart into a new public library branch and mixed-use development. The site near Fond du Lac and Capitol has sat mostly empty since Walmart closed the store nearly a decade ago. City leaders say the project could help revitalize the area if it moves forward. The proposal is expected to go before the city's planning commission later this month. A Milwaukee area landlord is indicted for drug trafficking. A federal grand jury charged 52-year-old Samuel Stair and 17 others from Milwaukee with 35 counts, including conspiracy, money laundering, and maintaining a drug house. According to court documents, Stair rented the properties through his S2 real estate company to drug traffickers for storing and distributing drugs, including cocaine and fentanyl. He has pled not guilty to all of the charges. If convicted, he could face life in prison. And a Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office employee was killed on the city's north side last night just after 5 p.m. 56-year-old Dennis Johnson was a security officer who had just left work at the courthouse when a suspect fired several shots into his vehicle as he was driving near Tetonia and Chambers. In a statement, the Sheriff's Office wrote, quote, "This one hit close to home. It's not clear what led to the gunfire, and police are still looking for whoever is responsible." Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We do have an incident, I'm assuming a crash, on the exit to Michigan Street from I-43 heading northbound. We also have the usual delays starting around I-94, right in that construction zone. A little worse if you're heading eastbound as opposed to westbound. Other than that, though, no major incidents.
Traffic is sponsored by TayBackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law fights for those who fought for us. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied the VA benefits you're entitled to, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, partly cloudy and breezy, slight chance of afternoon showers. High of 68. Overnight tonight, mainly clear, low 41 at the lake, 36 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 60. Monday, mostly sunny, high of 53 at the lake, 62 inland. Tuesday, rain likely, high of 64. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high of 60. Right now, in Green Bay, 55. Madison, 59. In Muskego, it's 61. And in Milwaukee, it is 62 degrees. I'm Elizabeth Linton, Outdoor Living Unlimited. WTMJ News Time is 9:32.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on May 12th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they play the San Diego Padres.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh my goodness, third deck.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are presented by Construction Business Group. Tune in May 12th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Everyone wants us to build an awesome backyard space. The trend has been people asking about how they'll use the space. The requests are, we want an outdoor space to relax and read, for yoga, a fitness area, to watch baseball on TV, and my latest and favorite, can you build me a golf simulator? Yes to all of it. We can build that covered structure for any of your dream ideas. We'll be creative and make it look amazing. You get to enjoy the space any way you want, getting fit, relaxing, or hitting a driver literally off your deck. For that amazing outdoor space, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hassellus.
Have you seen my husband?
No.
He's hot.
I'm sorry to hear that.
What?
Good news! Hassellus Mattress is home to a variety of cool gel mattresses, including Tempur-Pedic.
Okay, but...
And right now, get 48 months interest-free financing on Tempur-Pedic with approved credit. Plus, free next-day delivery and setup, free removal of your old mattress, and a $300 MasterCard gift card with your new Tempur-Pedic.
Wow, that's pretty hot.
Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hassellus.com.
Dave Spano, CEO of Annex Wealth Management.
We have a contractual agreement that we give our clients, this fiduciary standard of care. We also say fee-only fiduciary. So a lot of people are kind of twisting it these days and saying, I'm a fiduciary some of the time. I call them part-time fiduciaries. And that's the reason why we say fee-only fiduciary. That means we do not accept commissions.
Know the difference with Annex Wealth Management. Click Get Started at AnnexWealth.com.
Plan a perfect vacation, no matter your budget. This is the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton Kane here with Rose Gray, 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Let's go over to Jim in Fond du Lac, who's been hanging on. Thanks, Jim. What's your question?
Hi, we're going on a Viking cruise we're flying out of Chicago to Rome on May 28th and coming back from Athens on June 16th. What kind of scuttlebutt do you hear about the jet fuel shortage in Europe? Should I be concerned?
Well, concerned in what regard? That your flight from Chicago to Rome might be canceled, or what?
I'm concerned I'm more concerned about getting home.
Okay.
If there's a jet fuel shortage.
Yes. First of all, yes, this definitely could have an impact. We have seen a few cross-Atlantic flights have been canceled. Then, are you flying on American to Rome?
No, United.
United. Okay, perfect. We haven't seen much of that on the legacy carriers, if you will, but definitely airlines are taking a look at capacity. They're looking at the number of times they run a route. Can they consolidate those? That kind of a thing. Is there a concern, a reason for concern right now? Probably not. But you should probably be checking the United website every day just to find out where things stand, because if you get a cancellation, they by law, by the contract that you've entered into with them, must give you an alternative. So maybe they're not flying the nonstop flight, but now they're flying a flight with a connection. Maybe they can't get you there that day, but they can get you there the next day. And obviously, if you're flying in, do you have a couple of days or a day before you're sailing out of Civitavecchia, I presume is where you're flying out of, sailing out of?
Yes, we are.
Okay,
that's correct.
So
we're gonna be there 3 days before we actually get on the ship.
Okay, and isn't that a good cushion to have, just in case somewhere along the line they say, you know what, on this particular date we're not going to operate that particular flight. Again, they have to give you some alternatives. They have to give you a way that they can meet their obligation to you, meaning getting you from the United States to Rome. If you don't like what they're offering you, you can always decline it, but then you're kind of on your own to figure out what else you're going to do. I love the fact that you have a cushion, because if they moved it one day, you might be out a hotel stay, but you wouldn't miss your ship, right?
I hope not.
Yeah. And then on the return, if you would find out, and you're in good hands with Viking, on the return, if they would happen to say, well, the Athens to Chicago is canceled, you've got help right there on the ship. They can, provide you with some assistance. Did you buy the air through Viking, or did you buy it independently?
Through Viking.
Okay. So again,
and I went through Fox originally.
Okay, so the beautiful thing about it is you've got two people in your corner right off the bat, right? So if you've got a Viking Air, you've got some help there because you're on Viking. If you have to wait a day before you can depart, then they'll help you find hotel accommodations, transfers to the airport, and that kind of a thing. At this point in time, we have not seen a great deal of that. What we are seeing when it comes to jet fuel and Europe is inter-Europe flights being canceled. So you think about the continent of Europe itself. That's kind of like us going from one state to another state. If we had a flight that was going from Chicago to St. Louis, we could always jump on a train. If we had a flight that was going from Amsterdam to Paris and that got canceled, we can always jump on a train. So we're seeing a little bit more impact internally in Europe than we are on the transatlantic flights. The other question I have for you is, did you buy travel insurance separately, or did you buy that through Viking as well? Okay. If he bought the travel insurance through Fox, he would have Travel Guard. One beautiful thing, one of many beautiful things about Travel Guard insurance is that you have an 800 number concierge that can help you 24/7. So you're like, Rose, they're an insurance company. Yes, they are, but they can help you with lost luggage. They can help you with airline delays. They can help you with flight cancellations. They can help you with all of that as well.
All right. Good question. Keep them coming. 855-616-1620. Text here says, hey, Rose, just got back last weekend from the Fox World Travel Japan trip. Tokyo was great. Best sushi of my life. Then Mount Fuji and the Japanese Alps were awesome. Bullet trains, shrines, temples, along with cooking and calligraphy classes. And the people of Japan were so polite, kind, and respectful. Our Fox World Travel Tour, Michelle's added to the trip with her support and laugh. She must have a unique, fun laugh.
Yes, she does.
Strongly recommend folks check out Fox World Travel Japan trip. See you on the road. Kampai D&S. So good testimonial there.
And what was so cool is that Mount Fuji apparently was being a little elusive as it can be, as she can be. And they did get to see her. So there, on social media, there was a beautiful post from Michelle of a great shot of Mount Fuji. So that was remarkable. So
Nice.
thank you.
Somebody else just texted in a link about the tsunami that hit back in 2025 and asked if that's going to affect anything with the Alaska trips.
Okay, so yes, I grabbed a hold of the link that the texter sent in so I could see what it is. It was the Alaska's 1,578-foot tsunami was the second largest ever recorded, and it was in Tracy Arm Fjord, which is a popular cruise destination. Many itineraries, if they don't do Glacier Bay National Park, may do Tracy Arm. Some do both. If it's on that itinerary, they leave from Seattle and they do the loop inside passage to Sitka and then back down to Seattle. So they're saying that ecologically, yes, there was definitely some impact here. I mean, how could there not be? Thankfully, nobody was killed. There were some campers who had their kayaks washed away. There were a few people that had to evacuate an area. So yes, in that regard. But right now, I'm not seeing anything or hearing anything from our good partners throughout Alaska, including Holland America, indicating to me that they would not be going to that particular stop. Now, again, we said this so many times, if you're on a cruise ship, the beautiful thing about that is if your itinerary is impacted by weather or political disturbance or an outbreak of some virus or whatever it might be, they can just avoid that particular stop and continue on, maybe add another stop, maybe just bypass it and have a day at sea. But that's the beautiful thing about being on a cruise ship.
Good questions. 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Check out the website, foxworldtravel.com. We'll be right back. It is the Fox World Travel Show.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
Day after day, year after year, the heavy lifting, the repetitive motion, and now your body feels it. Your back, your knees, your quality of life.
At Access Legal, we stand up for people worn down by work.
Workers' comp is our sole focus, and our team has recovered more than $35 million for Wisconsin workers. From sudden accidents to pain that builds over years of hard work, we're dedicated to fighting for the benefits you're entitled to. If you've been worn down by work, contact Access Legal for a risk-free consultation.
Search AXIS Legal today.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Hail damage? Siding Unlimited is here to help. We are not storm chasers. That's important. Siding Unlimited doesn't chase storms. However, if the storm comes to our area like it just did, we're available to help. Why is that important? Storm chasers from out of the area and out of state are the one-time wonder of remodeling. They come in fast, they rush to get it done, and you're left with cheap materials, cheap labor, and holding the bag on a roof with zero warranty. Siding Unlimited uses a roofing system that will get you a 50-year warranty on parts, pieces, and workmanship. Siding Unlimited will be there if you ever have a call down the road, and Siding Unlimited is your local family partner on this project. We're here for you. If you have hail damage or storm damage, be patient and call Siding Unlimited. That's the best local service announcement we can deliver after the storm. If you don't have storm damage but need a new roof, siding, windows, or doors, we're still right here in town, always available. Siding Unlimited, experience, integrity, craftsmanship. Call Siding Unlimited at 262-567-4513 or visit sidingunlimited.com today.
Before you pack your suitcase, hear from the experts. Here's more of the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Dayton here with Rose Gray. 9:46 on a Saturday. Cloudy, breezy, chance of afternoon scattered showers. Very hit or miss. So you may see them, you may not. Going to be a nice day with a high of 68. It's 64 in Milwaukee.
I got to go see a softball game at 2 o'clock. Could you make sure there's no rain on me, please?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
It should be nice out there. So,
all right.
Okay, so last week it officially happened. Spirit Airlines closed down.
It did.
And you got an email from somebody saying, hey, why are you so upset about this?
Yeah, so we're going to fast forward to Monday. I'm on with John and Julia, and we mention, I'm talking about how very, very upsetting this is and how my heart goes out to the passengers who are stranded, the passengers who had non-refundable plans that accompanied that airline ticket that they bought from Spirit or getting on. And remember, Spirit was headquartered in Fort Lauderdale, so lots of people flying into Fort Lauderdale to get on a cruise and all that kind of thing. So I mentioned that on Wisconsin's Afternoon News with John and Julia, and somebody had emailed me and said, well, first you tell everybody not to fly Spirit, and now you say you're sad for Spirit. I'm like, okay, wait a minute here. I never told anybody to not travel Spirit Airlines. I said, know what you're getting.
Right.
They were the first ultra low cost carrier that came out with pay for everything. Pay for a seat, pay for a checked bag, pay for a carry-on bag, pay for everything when it comes to food and that kind of thing. But people always look at the price and say, I can deal with that.
Right.
Really? Okay, kind of a thing. But they served a particular segment of the traveling population, and it took people who normally couldn't afford to travel to a place that maybe they wouldn't have gone had they not been able to get a cheap airfare. Now, my heart goes out to the 17,000 workers that are now without a job.
Right.
My heart goes out to the passengers that were stranded and all of that kind of thing. So I just wanted to clear that up. I never said you shouldn't fly Spirit. I just said
buyer beware.
Buyer beware.
Yeah.
Precisely. And then I have another story. I got a call from somebody who said they don't have your phone number, but they would like to talk to you because they're supposed to be leaving tomorrow to fly into Florida to a particular destination where they had a non-refundable 3-night stay at a resort booked. Mm-hmm. I gave her the information about the rescue fares that we talked about. Now, some of those rescue fares are still available for a few more days. Some of them were just 7 days after it happened. Some of them were 10 days after it happened. And you tell them your confirmation number, also known as a record locator, with Spirit Air, and they were giving what they were calling rescue fares to those people. They were still not Spirit priced, but they were definitely more than the couple $1,000s people were seeing online.
Sure. And could get you there if you needed to get there.
Right.
If you had the non-refundable resort,
yes.
Well, you're not going to want to lose that money, so you're going to pay to get down there.
Precisely. So that's all the Spirit Air news that's fit to talk about.
All right. We are going to take our final break. If you have any questions left, you're running out of time. 855-616-1620, the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. FoxWorldTravel.com is the website. It is the Fox World Travel Show.
The news you need to know every weekday on Wisconsin's Morning News starting at 6 a.m.
Hackers have breached Canvas.
We use Canvas just for basically all our classes.
8,000 institutions, including the UW system, are customers of this site.
Every company's worried about this because it only takes one person in your organization to click on a phishing thing. One of the things they use is they create that sense of immediacy.
Only here on WTMJ. Watch the show every day on YouTube and on WTMJ.com.
May is here, which means your house is officially done hiding under snow. And now you can see everything it needs. Good news, Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help. Upgrade to energy-efficient windows, durable roofing, new siding, or a beautiful bath remodel and get $3,000 off your project. Think of it as spring cleaning, but way more impressive. That's $3,000 in instant savings during our May savings event, but it won't last long. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about in my clinic kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. OrthoWisconsin.com.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests.
That's WTMJ.com/contests.
Personal injury lawyers seem like they're a dime a dozen, but Jeff Zergabel and I are not about t-shirts or cartoons. At Pasternak and Zergabel, we focus on serious cases and real results for injured Wisconsinites. We are two of Wisconsin's best injury lawyers. I'm Frank Pasternak of Pasternak and Zergabel. Our clients trust Pasternak and Zergabel because we show up, we listen, and we fight for you. If you need help, go to Pasternak and Zergabel at injurywisconsin.com. That's injurywisconsin.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Take care of your vacation issues before you hit the road. You're listening to the Fox World Travel Show with Rose Gray on WTMJ.
Lots of interaction today. We love that. Another one came in, says, is there somewhere on the Fox World Travel website that lists trips that do not charge a single traveler supplement?
So our group trips I'm going back in my memory banks here, typically do not have single supplement waivers on our group trips. So we talk about you go to vacation, you go to the groups page, you go down to Fox Groups, and then those are the groups that we have. To my knowledge, none of those many options have a single supplement waiver.
Right.
What the texter is asking about is there are certain cruise companies, most often river cruise companies, but can be other ones as well, and occasionally tour operators that do land tours that have certain departure dates set aside where they will waive the single traveler supplement. Now, a single traveler supplement is all about the fact that all cruises and tours are based on double occupancy. They take how much it would cost, including the hotel room and the meals and all of that kind of thing, and then they basically cut that in half, and that is the per person price for the cost of the tour. If only one person is traveling, you don't pay double the price typically because you're not eating 2 meals and you're not going on 2 excursions, etc. But you are taking an entire cabin for one person.
Yeah.
And so they're wonderful when we can find them. And the way that our advisors find them is through the tour operators and river cruise companies.
Directly.
Yeah. And so the best thing to do would be to contact somebody at 866-GO-FOX-GO or fill out the inquiry form. Tell them what you're looking for. Give that advisor some opportunities to find out where there are sailings. Again, usually early in the season or at the end of a season. If there's a particular sailing that's very popular, they're not going to say, "Oh, let's waive the single supplement on this one," kind of thing. It's about
so they're using
money.
that to fill seats, basically.
Exactly. Yep.
Like, okay, we got these rooms, we need to get them filled, so let's waive the supplement on this one.
Yep, exactly. So that's what that's about. But one of our advisors can absolutely do that for you.
So if you text FWT to 855-616-1620, we're talking Alaska. So that link that comes back has all 8 trips. Is that correct?
That's correct. And still space on all 8. Again, I checked my memo from marketing with regard to the show today, and it's telling me Colleen's is very, very close to being sold out. There's another one that's very, very close to being sold out, and many of them are more than halfway filled already. I know it's shocking, but our first Alaska leaves May 31st. Of 2026. So we're only a year out of the season. Alaska is so incredibly popular that's how fast it books up. So, yeah.
Like I said, I've never heard anybody complain about an Alaska trip.
No,
it's beautiful, I guess.
It's awe-inspiring, breathtaking, words escape you kind of beauty, and we feel like we do it right. Lots of ways to do it. Inside passage only, land only. Now, we don't offer either of those in a group format, but that doesn't mean we can't help you with that because that's what we do at Fox World Travel.
Right. Now, again, Fox World Travel is not just about the group travel we talk about so much here. It's business travel. It's a personal advisor. If you want to book a trip on your own and you don't want to go on a group, that's what they're there for as well. 866 Go Fox Go, Monday through Friday, 8 to 5?
Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. And then if you fill out that form, they distribute that to the person at Fox World Travel who would be best able to serve you based on subject matter expert destination information and knowledge, as well as their bandwidth with regard to how busy they are. So they want to make sure that everybody's getting the most positive experience when they work with Fox World Travel.
And how long have you guys been doing this?
Since 1960. Isn't that mind-blowing? Mind-blowing to me every single day. So think about this. How about when you're with your mother and your family tomorrow, you think about where could we all go as a family? Wouldn't that be a great topic of conversation tomorrow?
That would be a great topic.
I love it.
And even if you're just dreaming about it, talk travel. Yeah. Talk about where you would go. Where would you want to go? What would you want to see? It's such a fun topic. So.
Right. And start out by going to our groups page. Again, even if you've never traveled with a group and you have no intention of going with a group, you can get some pretty darn great ideas from looking at the group trips that we're doing. And if the dates don't work out or you'd rather not travel with a group, one of our spectacular travel advisors can customize an itinerary for you.
Speaking of Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Happy
Rose Gray,
Mother's
any
Day.
big plans?
Yeah, we're going to have a big fun festivities at my daughter's tomorrow. So
Perfect.
Looking forward to it.
Enjoy this beautiful weekend. Joe Kraus and the crew from Annex Wealth Management coming in next with Money Talk. That does it for the Fox World Travel Show.
The preceding program, the Fox World Travel Show, is paid for in full by Fox World Travel. The advice and opinions expressed during the Fox World Travel Show are solely that of the hosts and guests of Fox World Travel and not WTMJ or Good Karma Brands.